Here is the new 2022 Volkswagen Taos, the smallest of VW's three SUVs. But don't let that dissuade you. There's a surprising amount of room in this vehicle, and it's quite sophisticated. Let's find out more today on Family Wheels. Here's an easy way to add a little turbo boost to our engine. Give us a like, it helps spread the word. Subscribe, and while you're at it, give the little bell a click to be notified of new content, and add your thoughts to the comments section. Automotive designs, like people, tend to gain weight as they age. The Volkswagen Tiguan of 5 years ago looks teensy compared to the same model today, which competes in the hottest segment, compact SUVs. For 2022, the new Taos takes over as the smallest VW SUV, but it doesn't look, feel, or drive like a subcompact. At Family Wheels, we're big on space utilization, so check out the cargo and family section later in the review. This vehicle belatedly fills a hole for VW, completing its offering of small, medium, and large SUVs, Taos, Tiguan, and Atlas. There's no mistaking the family resemblance, and fortunately, all the kids turned out handsome. The exterior is squarish with just enough angles front and rear to keep it from being boxy, a strong grille without looking like an enraged fish, and a front-to-back swage line for unity. The Taos has an excellent ride. None of that choppiness commonly associated with subcompact SUVs. No, this feels like a much larger one. And that's on smooth roads and on our neighborhood bumpy road as well. The all-wheel drive version, this one, has an independent multi-link rear suspension, and that certainly helps out over bumpy surfaces and for handling in general. The front-wheel drive version has a solid axle torsion beam rear suspension, which you're probably not going to notice if you're spending most of your time on smooth roads, either city or highway. In addition to a well-controlled ride, the Taos handles quite well. It turns very well. Now, perhaps the all-wheel drive specification is helping out here in terms of feeling planted around a corner. The handling is very good. And once again, it is outperforming expectations for a subcompact SUV. Sometimes in a little SUV you think, well, I wouldn't want to take this thing on a long trip. Not the case with the Taos. Every Taos has a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and it's rated at just 158 horsepower, identical to the Honda Civic base engine. But give Volkswagen this. The 1.5-liter engine is turbocharged, and so your torque comes on nice and early. It's below 2,000 RPM. You get that thrust. It's really torque that gives you the feeling of acceleration. Well, here's one of our steeper hills in Vancouver. Let's put the little engine to the test. That's okay. It'll get you there. It's not going to leave you hanging as you try to get onto the freeway or up a mountain. The transmission, by the way, in the all-wheel drive specification is 7-speed, and it's a dual-clutch transmission. In the front-wheel drive specification, it's an 8-speed automatic. One thing to note about the front-wheel drive version of the Taos, even though it's nominally the lower spec, it gets better fuel economy. An aspect of the Taos that impressed me right away, its brakes. Very linear, really confidence-inspiring when you have to hit the binders. Smooth and controlled. The Taos does not have brake hold, and for all the stop-and-go traffic that most people endure in their daily driving, I think that's a pretty serious omission. Our top-spec Taos is packed with comfort, convenience, and safety features, but they add up in a hurry. The seats are comfortable regardless of spec, with side bolsters and a decent-length cushion under the legs. But ours has leather surfaces, ventilated and heated, and the driver's seat has 8-way power adjustment. There's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless charging, Beats audio, 10.25-inch all-digital gauge cluster, 8-inch touchscreen, heated steering wheel, 19-inch wheels, LED lights, panoramic sunroof, and a full safety suite including adaptive cruise control with stop-start and parking sensors. However, there's only one camera. It faces rearward. There's quite a price spread across the Taos lineup, $10,000 from bottom to top spec, and at the high end the Taos finds itself competing with numerous larger SUVs, including lower trims of the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, Mitsubishi Outlander, and the Mazda CX-5. And the redesigned 2023 Honda HR-V is a new head-to-head rival to the Taos. Although prices are up since the first version of this review was posted in February, the good news is that availability of the Taos has improved. In my area, there were a number of them advertised as being on the lot, and many more listed as coming soon. In the U.S., the Taos trims are S, SE, and SEL. That sounds a lot like Ford nomenclature. Why wouldn't VW stick with a more distinctive trend, comfort, and highline branding? Regardless, it's the same story of prices that shoot upward with each spec and option package. Cargo is one area where the VW Taos really impresses, with the second row of seats up, almost 25 cubic feet. Other niceties back here, underneath this panel, we have a compact spare tire. That's always a welcome sight. As far as electricals go, we have just one 12-volt outlet on the left side. Well, it may be a subcompact SUV, but look at all the room we've got in the Taos. I've got a rear-facing child seat behind me. That's the one that takes up the most room. Here I am in the front seat ahead of it, 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters. My knees are not touching the glove compartment door. And in fact, I could move the seat back about at least another inch and still have room for the seat behind. So great job, Volkswagen. And here in the back seat, the Taos once again outpaces its rivals. And how? Look at all the room I've got. Fit my hand in between my knee and the back of the front seat, even though the front seat is set up for me. So very good that way. And we have two HVAC vents back here, one USB Type-C connector. Well, that's our look at the 2022 Volkswagen Taos. I'm impressed. It's small, but it doesn't feel small, and it doesn't drive small. But what do you think? Leave a comment. Give us a like. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching. I'm Richard Detman. I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.